It is Sunday night, and I just got home from the end of my first week at my current stage, which is at Cuoco, an Italian restaurant here in Seattle. And it is 8:45 on Sunday night. So let's see. So today was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm 5 days into this stage, and I will be there for another week as well. I have learned so much in the last 5 days. It's incredible, and next week is going to be even more intense and educational. Today alone, I made my own first tureen from start to finish, totally from scratch, and they will come out when I get there on Wednesday next week, so I'll get to see what those look like. They looked like like they made it through at least the baking phase pretty good, which is awesome because I'd never done it before, and I made 2 of them. They were all pork with duck confit, pistachios, brandy-soaked sour cherries, and they were wrapped in house-cured prosciutto, which I shaved really thin and lined the entire outside with. I took pictures of the entire process because I wanted to remember everything that I did, and I wrote down all the directions in my little my book, my moleskin. And then I made Spanish chorizo. This is the second way that I've learned to make Spanish chorizo. The first way that I learned was part of my last stage under a different guy who's making sausage. So this was a different process, different technique, which is really good because I want to learn as many techniques as I possibly can here before I get out to Europe. And then there's a language barrier, and who knows if I'll be in Germany or Spain or all of the above. And I want to know what I'm doing at least enough so that I can gather what they're doing if I don't understand everything they're saying to me. So that was really cool. So we did the Spanish chorizo. We actually hung them in loops, and we did 4 of them. They're all different sizes and different weights. So I marked the ones that I piped or stuffed because I want to make sure that, versus the ones that my boss, Fortner, did, because I want to make sure that if any of them turn out poorly, I know which ones I packed, and that way we can kind of think through what I did wrong so that I can learn for the next time, right? So learning in real time on a job. So that was really fun. Gosh, what else did I do? I helped do a gallon of mirepoix for the lamb bolo. I used the sausage grinder like 5 times today for did lamb bolo. The sausage itself, we had to grind it twice. And I did it for a couple other things too that I can't think of. I still didn't get to the duck confit. That was probably going to go off later tonight that I started yesterday. But yeah, the first 5 days have been insane. I have started duck confit. I have broken down 2 massive, well not massive, 2 hogs, 85 pounds each. I deboned them and took off the legs to be used in the brodo, which I saw today. So the legs get brined, and then they get smoked, and then they get cooked in the stock to make this pork brodo. And then I tried some of the smoked shank today off one that was really good. Let's see, what else did I do? Took those 2 hogs that I deboned and brined them, and then the next day I turned those into porchetta. So you basically take this completely deboned hog, you toast a bunch of spices, lay those in there, then you take salsa verde, rub it all in there, you trim out the loins, make sure there's no silver skin or sinew on them, you lay those down where the spine used to be, and then you roll the whole thing up, you tie it with twine, which is, you know, like kitchen twine but a little bit thicker, and you tie the entire thing from end to end so that it's one complete cylinder that's allegedly supposed to be the same thickness all the way through, and then you set it into this massively long spit, and it slow roasts over open charcoal flame for a number of hours. And then once that's done, it goes back and chills in the walk-in, and then they cut it into, like, I don't know, 8-inch or foot-long sections, and then they take those sections and they take the twine off when it's cold, peel the skin off in one whole piece. They save that skin, and that actually goes and gets deep fried and turns into this really delicious smoke-flavored chicharrones. And then they take all the porchetta and they slice it into these thick slices, and they use it in like 5 different dishes in the restaurant. So there's a porchetta special going on right now that's been like an experience dinner that they've been selling, and that's been going through the roof. And then they do a sandwich during lunch, and then they have these little things they call porchetta nuggets, and they deep fry them, which are so good. And then there's a couple other things they go into as well, like a minestrone that they do, and then something else that they have it in as well. So all of my porchetta has been used or is still on the line, which is awesome. They've been burning through them, and then I'll do more of those next week, in addition to this huge 300-pound hog that they ordered, which I'll be helping Fortner break down into like a bunch of different charcuterie projects, as well as, you know, cuts that he wants to use for various things. And the hogs that we debone for porchetta next week, we're going to try a new technique with this tool that I have that I actually used to use when I was throwing pottery when I was just out of college. And we're going to see if that helps with the deboning process for getting the ribs out. So that'll be a cool experiment. We'll just kind of be R&D'ing it. And then I also learned how to make a couple of new types of pasta, pleen, which is a stuffed pasta, and cappelletti, which is a stuffed pasta. And then got to walk through a few other shapes and helped build some of the dough for that. So rolled out, built the dough from scratch. Gosh, there's been so many different things that I've done in the past 5 days. I took pictures of a ton of it so that I could document everything, but it's been a blast. I'm having so much fun. Next week I'm going to take the cameras in and try to record as much as I can, just so I can capture what I'm doing, because I want to watch back and I want to see, you know, how am I learning today versus how do I learn next month or at the next stage in 2 weeks. And also, you know, what if I missed something, some of that technique, and I don't have time to write it down. I can look back at the footage later and remember, oh yeah, this is, you know, the commentary that Fortner had, and it's kind of stepping me through the different things. So yesterday I was on the line in pantry or garde-manger with Paul, and he walked me through his whole set, all the dishes he had, and then I just you know, doubled down with him, and we worked the line together for most of the service, which was great. And tomorrow it is back to my day job for 2 days. So this is the first week that I've worked 7 days in a row. Previous to this, I was doing my last stage, I was 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, and I had Sundays off, but today's Sunday, and I got a solid, I don't know, like 7.5 hours in at the kitchen. So I'm tired, but I feel pretty good. I went on a run this morning, which was great. Not great, I got a fish bone stuck in my throat during lunch today, couldn't get it out. I had to go to work with a fish bone stuck in my throat. I had to pull over to try and puke 3 times on the sidewalk, which is very charming, and I couldn't do it. I actually couldn't make myself sick. Got to the restaurant and actually gagged while I was in the kitchen, and I had to run to the restroom. Tried to throw up 5 times, couldn't get the stupid thing to come out, and so they had me like chugging water in the kitchen, eating like big bites of whatever I could to try and get it to go down. To no avail. Eventually I did get it dislodged somehow during the course of the day, so thank God it didn't go down my windpipe, but that was not a cute way to start the day, and also it made me a little bit late, which I was not pleased about. And of course Fortner was giving me a hard time. He was doing it in jest, but still I was not feeling good about being late. So anyway, we'll see what he has in store for me next week, but you'll be coming along with me hopefully, and so we'll get a chance to record some of it. And now it is 10 to 9. I'm going to have my special fancy sparkling water and some strawberries that were in the fridge, and then I'm going to read a book on Sevilla and Andalusia and see if I can bust out one of those books to see if there's anything else I want to learn about that. And then I'm going to send some emails to some chefs that said they were thinking about or trying to help me set up some stages, and just be the squeaky wheel and see if I can't get some more people to say yes to connecting me to people they know in Europe. Try to get those stages lined up. T-minus, I don't know, 13 weeks or something and counting, but I'm feeling pretty nervous about not having any solid yeses yet, so I need to put the pedal to the metal in that respect. So anyway, that's it. It's Sunday night, and my feet hurt, and I'm exhausted, and my throat is sore, so let's see what tomorrow brings. Bright and early, gotta catch the 7:45 bus out to Bellevue. Here's all my cuts and bruises. You see them? That's from the sausage grinder, and then here, there's slices in my arm from the sausage grinder. It cut me when I was carrying it. That's grease from the sausage grinder. And then this is from my finger splitting because they're so dry. because I still have baby hands. My calluses aren't big enough yet, so my fingers split, so I had to put a Band-Aid on it, but the pain hurts so good. I'm so glad I'm doing it. I'm having a blast. This is a lot of fun, and I'm so happy, and I've never been more certain that I'm doing the right thing, so that's that.